Hi everyone, I'll do a bit of talking on this one. We've come up to Kritinia's castle. We're from down there, somewhere just at that coast. We've just stopped for a bit of lunch at I think it's Johnny's Cafe down by a little beach where obviously it's Saturday, so there's a lot of Greeks there as well enjoying themselves. We've just marched up here, and bearing in mind it is August, just as a word of warning. Obviously we aren't so far away from Simi, where that Dr. Mosley died, and we assume that he's died of heat exhaustion. We've had a bottle of water with us, we've just had refreshments, and literally we've just walked, and we're fit. We've just walked like 1.5 kilometres up like a 10% gradient to a 2% at the top, and believe you me, that was a struggle. So remember, always bring plenty of water. Good thing about it is plenty of pine trees around here, you can walk in the shade, and on this side of the island, which I bet there isn't on the other, is a lovely breeze to cool you down when you get up here. So yeah, we've just come up to the castle. Jackie's just making her way up to the top now, into the gate. So let's go have a look round and see you soon. Bye. Everybody, that's the next destination. That's Halki, where we've come up to from the point. I don't know if this, it's not filming my phone, I don't know if this will tell you, but in the distance is Tilos, where we go to from Halki. So that'll be tomorrow's journey over to Halki and over to Tilos. So have a bit more of a wander around this castle. One time you must have had to pay to come in, the kiosk's shut as usual, but it is, if you want to walk, it's quite an easy walk all the way up. Obviously it's hard with the heat at this time of year, but there is a little taverna selling drinks and a cafe just below it, so we'll have a wander down at the bottom here. I'll just point out one thing while I'm here. Obviously this is not 300 years old, but in my trade, if you could get these in England, these kind of scaffold frames, they're probably outlawed by health and safety, are they? But how simple are they? Stack them on top of each other, but think, oh, they'd be great in our trade. Don't know why we don't have them in England, they have them all over Greece. Make our life such a lot easier. There you go, a bit of an unwrap bit with the building trade, but yeah, castles everywhere. No idea what half of it is, there's no boards to explain anything, so I'm assuming you'll have to do your own research if you come to this one. It's on the other side of the island, and I'm sure there's not many tourists come up here. They'll just come up a quick wander around. I don't know what history's about it, so I can't inform you on anything. But yeah, it's just north of Kamiros Skala, where the little port is. It's a castle on the hill. If you look on Google Maps, it lists it. I'm assuming there's some information. We just decided one of the things we'd look at. There is another settlement about 3 or 4 miles inland, but we haven't got a car, and obviously it's August, so we aren't walking. We're not going to do that much. Only from a building point of view, you can see, I think this is the earlier part, I think, of the castle, because obviously that bit there, you can see where obviously the stone's been dressed on the coins up there. That's literally must be the old part, and the top right on the top. And the way the walling is, this just looks a bit more formal with all the little bits and weights coursed in, and the arches. Someone will tell me, in history wise, the arches came in at a later date with whichever masonry or Byzantine, whichever period it is. Not being history buff, but yeah, just like it. It's very tranquil, very quiet. Also, not a lot of litter, which is amazing for an old ruin in Greece. So, on his way out. See you in a minute. Bye. Well guys, I've come up to have a look at this again. I thought it was a church and there was a door in, because some like they have these little churches, but I'm more looking at this and the way that it's chamfered around the top, I'm assuming that this is no water system. It used to be full of water, because obviously when this were a barracks and everything, this will have been connected to a spring somehow while gathering water naturally, and I think that's what this is. There's no doors anywhere. I've walked all the way around it and it's round. I think the roof's just collapsed in, so I am assuming that's what it is. No sh in assume, is there? So I think that's an old water system. So yeah, I think more than just 3 bits of wire, I could do with some boards over it. Anyone walking around here during the night, or they got in during the night, I assume they locked the door, but you're not coming out of there in one piece, are you? So you can probably tell from my voice that crikey, it's hot and it's taking it out. You're just walking around today. So we'll probably set off back, leave you that final view, and I'll put this on later. I'll try and split it up, because I think I've got part of me filming by accident, getting exhausted at the top of the hill. I might keep it in just for a laugh, because you know me, don't edit them, it's just what they are. So give you that. We'll leave you with a view of how we're going tomorrow. So on that one, see you soon guys, see you at the next one, bye.